Hey everyone, thank you for clicking on this. If you did, I hope you like it. If you do, please like, subscribe, and comment below. So, before I get into the review, because I like doing this, and I like this shirt. Fancy Bar! Yeah. Okay. So, obviously, if you clicked on this, you know what this is for. But this is for the TV show that is still currently on in September, October, whenever the new season starts. It's going into its 24th season. Holy moly guacamole. Excuse me, sorry. And that is for NCIS. I got a few of them that I want to show you, so bear with me. And finally, so pretty much the most current cast. Da, 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 da. Okay, so it's a Navy cop show, pretty much. But one thing you should know, even though it's not with the pilot, it's not important. But I think you should know it. And from articles I've read recently, they didn't want it to be advertised like this, but I think it's something to be proud of. NCIS, the mothership show, going with the second season, but this is a spinoff. Just like Law and Order SVU is a spinoff of Law and Order. NCIS is a spinoff. It is not its own original show. And I know I've seen articles, especially recently, I don't know why, where in the beginning they didn't want it to be advertised as a spinoff. But I think that's something to be proud of. I don't think that should be anything to be ashamed of. So NCIS is a spinoff of a series that lasted for 10 seasons, which is great. That's a tremendous amount of time. That's a good run. That's 10 years. And for actors and people making the show, that's more than 10 years. That is nothing to be ashamed of. So I don't know why in the beginning, they didn't want it to be advertised as a spinoff. But NCIS is a spinoff of a series that started in the early 90s, I think 1990. I would have to look it up. I don't remember. But I did do a review of it. It is on my channel. But it is a spinoff of a series that lasted 10 seasons called JAG. And that show was pretty much Navy lawyers. And then in their 7th or 8th season, I think it's their 8th, they do a 2-part backdoor pilot for NCIS. And then throughout NCIS's run, not recently, but especially in the beginning, but still throughout, they have characters / actors from JAG show up in NCIS. I'm currently rewatching it, and I just got through rewatching season 10, and they had an actor who / character who was in JAG, show up as his character to help out in the situation in the storyline that was going on in NCIS. That's something to be proud of. I even know in NCIS LA, which I am going to be reviewing right after this, they have 2 characters from the series JAG show up in their 11th or 12th season, that is nothing to be ashamed of. That's a legacy. And from articles I read, especially recently, they didn't want the network, CBS, Paramount, whatever, to advertise NCIS as a spinoff. That's nothing to be ashamed of. You're still going strong. And Jag, I did my review of Jag. That is on my channel. And I think that's a show, especially if you like lawyers shows, like Suits. That is a good show. That is nothing to be ashamed of, that you came from another great show. Is it the greatest show in the world? No, obviously not. But neither is NCIS. But saying you don't want to be like associated with your original flagship show, I think that's a mistake. But that's me. That's my opinion. This show is still currently on. It premiered in 2003. It is currently in the fall, going into its 24th season, which is mind-boggling. I still like it. I still watch it. I'm rewatching it, but I'm rewatching the Tony DiNozzo season, so pretty much 1 through 13. I just got to season 11. I'm rewatching another show concurrently with that, so I will get to season 11 eventually. Currently, in my opinion, I like the Gibbs seasons. So he leaves in like the beginning, maybe like the 4th or 5th episode. He leaves early season 19. I think well, put it this way. Tony DiNozzo, those are the best years. I just like his character. That's me. I don't hate the new characters. I don't hate the character that pretty much replaced Tony DiNozzo. I do like him. Plus, I like the actor of Wilmer Valderrama from that 70s show. As Torres. He is right there. Hold on. Let's see if I can get a... There we go. That's a better picture. Torres, right there. I do like his character. So he keeps me in it and hooked. But in all honesty, I will not deny that I think Mark Harmon's character of Leroy Jethro Gibbs, that is tough to say. I like his character better than his replacement, Alden Parker. Yeah, Alden Parker, played by Gary Cole. I'm not saying Alden Parker / Gary Cole is a bad character or Gary Cole is a bad actor. They're both fine. They both do a good job. Like, their stories are interesting and all that. But I do prefer Gibbs over Parker. I'm just saying. But it's hard to compare when you have Gibbs for 18 full seasons. And then Parker comes in at season 19. And you only have him for... I've only had him for like 5-6 years. Let's see, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 5 seasons so far. I'm not saying I don't like his character, but I prefer Gibbs and his... I just like Gibbs. I'm not saying I don't like Parker, but I like Gibbs over Parker. That's just me. But yeah, I do think it is well worth your time, especially the Gibbs seasons, which is pretty much almost the entire series up to season 19. But if you want to stop at a certain point, there's two stopping points if you want that are pretty good to end it on if you don't want to continue. And I mean finale points. The first is season 13's finale, which is Tony DiNozzo's Michael Weatherly's last season. That does not end on any kind of cliffhanger. It leaves it open-ended to do stuff to continue, but it's a nice end point if you want to stop there. Another good end point, even though they kind of ended on like a somewhat cliffhanger, but not truly, is season 18. And that is, let's see if I can, Ellie Bishop. Right, that's her name, Ellie Bishop. Nick Torres, Quinn. I think her name's Ellie Bishop. Ellie Bishop. She shows up in season 11. She leaves in season 18. That finale ends on a somewhat cliffhanger, but nothing too bad. So that's also another good end point if you want to stop there. I don't think you should. I think this show is well worth your time, and it's a good show. Even though I do think it dived down a little after once Gibbs left, I still watch it. I still enjoy it. I think it's still a great show. I prefer the Gibbs seasons, but I think it's still a good show. It still has really great episodes, and I think it is worth your time. Even the current seasons, I think it is a show that you will enjoy. Also, Jag, I think that's a show. Its predecessor, its mothership show, is definitely worth your time. They ended that pretty well, and if you like lawyer shows, that's a really good lawyer Navy show because it deals with the Navy, Army, all that. They're Navy lawyers. Jag is Navy, Army lawyers. My review for that show is also on my channel. I'm not going to go into depth of that. So check that out if you want to. I do think it is worth your time. This mothership NCIS show is streaming if you have this subscription on Paramount Plus. I think all the seasons are there. If not, most of them are. It is also available to rent by stream on Amazon Video, Amazon Video, Fandango, and Apple TV. And as you can see, it is on physical media of DVD. 1 or 2 seasons might be on Blu-ray, but it's mostly on DVD. So that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this. In the comments, do you watch NCIS? Do you prefer the Gibbs seasons? Do you like the current seasons? Do you prefer Gibbs over Parker like I do? Do you prefer Parker over Gibbs? Did you like Tony DiNozzo as a character? And all that stuff. Do you like the current cast? Did you like the previous cast? Let me know. Thank you for watching. I am going to review their first spinoff, NCIS LA, right after I finish recording this. So look forward to that. I hope you watch that as well. If not, thank you for watching this. I hope you have a great night. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and have a fantastic night, guys. See ya.